a case of who's paying who regarding this forthcoming huge event. Hi, good morning, Neil Sean here in the heart of London. Nice to see you today. As ever, hope you're keeping well. Big wave to everybody. Yes, come on, wake up. I know, I've been up hours. Where have you been? Yes, you're slacking. We should be joining first thing, you know, but come on, let's back chat, get a Horlicks going. Come on, let's get going. As ever, back to your breaking royal story of the day. The story really centres on a story that is brewing over here and I'm sure around the world. It's interesting to note, isn't it, because when this all started out it was seen as a very positive event, and now seemingly whatever happens with Meghan and Harry, there always seems to be some negative press attached. So as ever here on the show, we thought we'd bring you the balanced view and give you exactly what we found out regarding this forthcoming huge event. It really centres on the forthcoming Invictus Games, which is happening out in the Netherlands. A wonderful place, by the way. Visited Amsterdam. I was lucky enough, in fact, to host a brilliant show over there called Show News on the night of Harry and Meghan's wedding. That's right, they flew me out there because they wanted exactly the first-hand knowledge of someone who was in the wedding, as it were. And it was wonderful actually to go out there, because let me tell you about the Netherlands and Amsterdam and all that. It's just a tranquil place. They have a very relaxed way of life. I found it a little bit disconcerting because over here in London, we're rushing all the time. Over there, far more relaxed. In fact, something that I think Prince Harry and Meghan may simply enjoy if they give it a chance. But back as ever to that big breaking story, it all really centres on the fact that Harry and Meghan have been accused of being paid to attend the Invictus Games. So let me tell you exactly what we found out. Harry and Meghan are indeed being paid, but they're being paid, as we all know, by Netflix. This is to make the documentary. It's part of their deal. Now, the bigger picture is what's happening to the money once the documentary is being made. Well, of course, making television myself, I know exactly the costs involved. They will have production costs, camera crew, editing, hotels, travel. There's lots of things attached to any production before there's any profit. So while their money remains untinged, of course there are things to take into account when selling the programme on, and what we mean by that is clips to be shown on TV around the world, used for promo, and of course channels around the world who will take whether it be a fully edited programme or a shortened version of that to show on their own channels. That money, yes, that money will be going to, parts of it at least, to the charity. So the charity will benefit from this. So again, you know, you really need, you have to sort of work out what is true and what you're reading in the media. It's not all going to Harry and Meghan. You know, there are costs involved in making this which are simply not attached to them. That's how making television works, you know. I'm not sure the size of the crew, but to give you an example, a cameraman could be charging anything from £450 to £800 a day. If they're there for a week, that's a lot of money. Figure it out. So for those that are attacking, and I'm not being paid by any Sugars, any Sussex squads, all of that sort of stuff, get very annoyed with that. It's so tedious when you have to explain to people, I'm bringing you impartial news. What I'm telling you is, this is what the channel themselves are telling me. And more importantly, this is coming from one of the very senior production people who are working on that particular show. So for those who are in doubt and thinking Harry and Meghan are pocketing the money, yes, they're pocketing a lot of money from Netflix, but on this occasion, those games do also benefit too. As ever, when I know more, you'll know more. Neil Sean at the very heart of London.